When we think of plastic, we usually think of something that is cheap and kitsch, but plastic is truly fantastic. It was a revolutionary discovery that significantly changed our life. It made them safer, it made them better, and it made them easier. What is much more problematic is the second side of that medal, and that is plastic pollution that is now present all over the world. Plastic was known in 1500 BC to Olmecs. They used natural rubber. Actually, plastic was not a noun. It was an adjective that means something that can be easily shaped or bended. Horn and tortoise shells were used in Europe, and a couple important dates are that in 1856 Alexander Parkes discovered early celluloid from cellulose. He was a good inventor but a lousy businessman. So in 1870, improved celluloid was patented by Hyatt Brothers, and that's where movies come from later on. And in 1907, Leo Baekeland discovered Bakelite, first truly synthetic plastic, because it was containing molecules that cannot be found in nature. So what are plastic? Plastics are polymers. Polymers are usually carbon-based molecules. So it is carbon surrounded by oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, and what did I forget? Hydrogen, so they're put in a certain pattern and in certain combinations, and they make these long chains. Usually artificial synthetic polymers are much longer than the natural polymers. Plastics can be thermoplastics, so they can be shaped and then melted and then reshaped, or they cannot be, and they're then thermoset plastics. Plastics are not single material, there are actually 6 different materials, and at the end other mix of everything. Plastics were support industry during the Second World War in America, and they became more used after the war. In 1952 there was about 2 million tons of plastic in the world. In 2018 there was 359 million tons of plastic in the world. The production of plastic tripled in 1990, and half of all the plastics that exist in the world were produced in the last 15 years. Plastic has many uses in transportation, in cosmetics, healthcare, food, buildings, technology, agriculture, and it's not possible to put everything on a list. Here I'm going to debate if we should ban single-use plastic. I'm going to use those 2 articles presented here, but not only, because there's a lot of interesting research and reports on the internet, and I also made a survey with 45 participants. Positive sides of plastic is that plastic can almost be custom-made. It can be made to be as durable as we need it, as light as we need it. We can shape it into everything. It's very cheap. For disadvantages, it's made from non-renewable sources, usually from fossil fuels, not so much from petrol, mostly from natural gas. It pollutes the environment, and there are some health concerns. In my survey, I discovered that in self-rating, people think that they're very knowledgeable about plastic, because most of the results are after 5 on a scale to 10. People are generally environment concerned, but 48.9, so almost half of the people don't do any actions or efforts about it. People do carry water bottles, but they will not refuse to buy something that was packaged in plastic. There is still takeaway food out there, and though people recycle, there could be some effort done there. So should we ban single-use plastic? I'm going to argue that we shouldn't, because the alternative solutions are not better, and they're sometimes even worse. So what we should do is a 3 R's rule. we should relearn how to reuse, reduce. Obviously, we should recycle. We should insist on research, and this research should be widely shared. There should be a cooperation between countries, and in the end, we should educate from young to old people, and we should be all responsible and concerned about our planet. Thank you very much.